What up, what up? Here with my brother Ian. Today we're going to be talking about how to effectively build trust and credibility with clients. So Ian, how do we do that? Break down your process.
Yeah, building trust is a really key point in your sales process, and it starts from the second that they pick up the phone all the way until they hang up the phone. So we're just going to start basically running through the whole sales process. So starting out, building trust right in the beginning is going to start in that intro. They're going to ask you, who are you? What do you do? How do you have any relation to me? It's super important that the delivery in that response is very confident and it's authentic, because they're going to receive that. And
Give us a verbal example of, first of all, the wrong way to do it, and then secondly, the right way to do it.
It's like the tonality that you use. I mean, if somebody hits you with that objection right off the rip in the intro, and they're like, you introduce yourself, and they're like, who are you? Oh, you work for the bank, or right? If your response is shaky,
that's what I'm saying. So give me like the tonality response of the wrong way to say it, and then the tonality response, the right way to say it for the audience.
It's hard to do the wrong way because I've taken it out, but we'll try our best for that. I mean, for the wrong way to do it, let's just role play real quick. So like, just from the intro, right? And this is gonna be the wrong way. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey, Jonah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Ian Parrish.
Wait, who is this?
It's Ian Parrish.
Boom. See what he's doing? He's talking in uptones, not downtones. And a lot of people do it without even realizing it, where, again, pay attention. Hey, this is Ian Parrish. Like, they're not even sure of their own name because it's uptones and they're ending with a question, versus you end with a downtone. You're going to sound much more confident, much more assumptive. It's, all right, give us the right way to say it.
Yeah, ring ring.
Hello?
Hey, Jonah.
Yeah?
This is Ian Parrish.
Boom. Simple. That's it. Just those little things right there. Again, we've all heard, it's not what you say, it's all in how you say it. The 80, 20, 20%, what you say, 80% how you say it. And that's like, those little things right there is the difference between a 10K a month producer and a 40K a month producer, legitimately.
After you get that initial trust established in the introduction there, and you're more into the FI, there's another opportunity for you to build a lot of trust. And prior to going through the FI, they have a pen and paper in their hands, or they have the Notes app on their phone if they're driving, and they are documenting my credentials. It's super simple, but I have them write down my full name, my phone number, with my cell phone number, and then my license number. And I put a lot of emphasis on those three things, and then I roll right into it. It's a smooth work it in and a smooth into the next thing.
Let's role play that.
Okay, we get through the intro a little bit, and then I'm hitting them with the, okay, Mary, go ahead and grab a pen and paper for me.
Okay, I got one.
All right.
Leave that in there as a blooper. Put part of that in there. That was funny. Let's run it again. That's a great blooper.
Where was I?
So run it from that part. Hey, grab a pen and paper.
Yeah, Mary, grab a pen and paper for me. I'm going to have you write a couple things down.
Okay, I got one.
Okay. First, I need you to write down my full name so you know exactly who you're speaking to. That's Ian Parrish. Spell it out. Next, I'm going to have you write down my cell phone number. That is your way to reach me, whether I'm in the office or out of the office. I'm probably going to be your direct point of contact moving forward. Cell phone number.
Pause. You see how he's already assuming the sale? He's already assuming, hey, I'm gonna be your agent. I'm gonna be your guy. All right, proceed.
After the cell phone number, I'm also gonna have you write down my license number, your way to identify me with the Department of Insurance, to make sure I am who I say I am. Give them that license number. After they've written down that license number, put a little bit of emphasis on that. That is your way to verify me with the Department of Insurance, to make sure I am who I say I am. Next to that, write down, and I give them the website where they can search up that license. And then a smooth transition into the rest. You don't want to have a rough transition into that or a rough transition out of that, because it messes up the confidence that they have behind the sales process. That's another big point of establishing trust in the sales process. Right into the application, before I'm asking for the social, the driver's license, the banking information, I'm setting the proper expectations there. where they understand why that stuff is required. 9 times out of 10, prior to getting into an application, I'll ask them, I'm assuming you've got some sort of life insurance or car insurance in the past, right?
Yeah. I got car insurance.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very similar process there. There's a bunch of different carriers and a bunch of different products. We're just trying to figure out the one that works best for you. But they do need to get you approved for that and make sure they're approving the right person. So they're going to ask for some personal information, a couple things they're going to ask for, just in case you need to run into the office and grab one of these things. Make sure we take care of that before we start. Is going to be the social that's going to verify who you are and check that MIB report. The driver's license. They just want to make sure you don't have any DUIs or felony. They're also going to ask for whatever payment method you would use for that policy. If you were to get approved for that, that's going to make sure that the name on that account is associated with your name. They want to make sure the proposed insured is paying. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to dive into this for you. Let's just confirm all the basic information first. Confirm all that. But by the time you get to the part after confirming the basic information, ask for the social, they're going to roll with it right away. If they give you an objection, do I have to? I don't like to. Yes, you do have to.
That's my favorite response.
Because you've built enough trust to that point where you tell them something, they trust you and listen to you. They're not going to object it even more. You established enough trust to where you got to that point. They say, oh, do I have to do it? Yes, you do. And they trust me.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Because where agents go wrong, especially new agents, they overtalk. The less is more. Sometimes you just need to shut up and help the family. Because I've been in in-homes, and I remember I heard this on I was brand new, 20 years old, it's like 5 years ago. I actually heard this on a training call. Heard Gabe Erickson talk about this, and all he said was yeah. Like if they ask a question and he said just yes. So I was in an in-home, laid out the numbers, and this was a big sale. This is an older couple. I never forget it. I laid out $600, $730, and $900 some dollars on the table. And they're going back and forth. They're kind of like talking about it. And they said, and then they looked at me like, do we have to make a decision today? And I just look across the table and I just said, yes. And I was like clenching my butt cheeks. Like it was like first 6 months in sales. And they're like, all right, we'll go with that one. I'm like, let's go. And I just calmly, slowly try to typing in the iPad in home, but it's less is more. And if you can have that level of confidence, because where agents go wrong is they're thinking like, oh yeah, Mary, you need to do this because of this, and this, and then you make it this bigger thing than it needs to be. Objections are not real.
We've talked about a lot of the things that establish trust, but that's one of the things that takes away trust. Over explaining yourself. They'll start to trust you less. Why does he need to explain it so much more? It's psychology.
Because what do liars do?
They over explain.
Yes, exactly.
They have to justify it.
Exactly. So Ian, let me ask you this and wrapping up here. What are some specific track words that you use in the sales process that just when you say it, it drops their shoulders down, drops their guard down, and allows you to actually help that family?
A lot of times I'll be very clear with people, usually before the application or before the presentation. And I stop for a second outside of my process and I'm direct with them to make sure they understand I actually have their best interest in mind. So you can phrase that how you want, but that's the word track you need to use, is like something that portrays I have your best interest in mind. I'm doing this to help you. They're going to feel your intentions. So you just need to deliver that message really clearly and confidently.
Yes. All right. And then lastly, what's the mind, what takeaways did you have from this? Like what's helped you or the mindset towards having the confidence to build the level of rapport and credibility with clients to get the sale?
Initially in the business, I did not have that confidence behind that. And what switched there is I realized the value I was providing, which is real value. 9 times out of 10, somebody has a policy they don't understand. It doesn't do anything good for them. They thought it was something else. I have an obligation to break down their wall and allow them to let me in and trust me so I can put them in a better position. And then as soon as that clicked for me, they felt that because it's authentic. People feel authenticity.
Let's go. Hey, if you took value from this, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe and share with somebody else that would take value from this training video. God bless. Let's go crush it.
Boom.